Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. Cardano today at 80 cents, 1.4% in the last 24 hours. Upside 4.86%, downside in the last 7 days. Nothing really major, nothing crazy. Not very volatile, the market at the moment in general, and Cardano as well holding sideways at the moment. What I wanted to do is really take another look, and we've done that. It's been a while really that we've done that, so I really just want to take a look at the Cardano pool tool, how many ADA are really staked. I think this has decreased a little bit. The last time I looked, and that was weeks ago, we were comfortably above 70% of staked ADA, which means that people are taking away their ADA out of the stake pools. Let me know if you know what kind of reason that could be. My understanding is that this could be due to the fact that more and more projects are built on Cardano and that people are actually using ADA for their transactions to use these DEXs, or not necessarily the DEXs, but also other applications and projects and DApps. So we can take a look at that in a minute, but that is a drop. And I remember it was above 71% at some point. Looking actually at the news that have come out, so just a couple of news that really came out about ADA before we jump into the price. It has come out that the whale holdings, and that update was from the 7th of March, but I haven't really talked about it on this channel, that the whale holdings in ADA hit really a record high. And it seems like the balance held by addresses with 1 million to 10 million coins rose to a record 12 billion ADA last week. That is quite huge, and that just shows that at the current prices, especially the larger whales in the Cardano space, they are accumulating, and that gives me confidence that there are many people with already a lot of ADA. They are backing ADA and they continue to back ADA, and that's good. That shows just that at the current prices people are accumulating, and that at some point here when the market is picking up, ADA will start to move up as well. And what I found really interesting is that now over 500 projects are building on the Cardano blockchain, which is increasing constantly. So obviously after the Alonso upgrade, that has progressed. The project and the whole blockchain is growing, and we can here see a little bit of the what kind of categories these projects are in. So we've got NFT collections, which surprised me. I know NFTs are big on Cardano, but I didn't know that they actually are the majority of what's going on in the ecosystem. So in terms of projects at the moment, they've got here 517, and that data comes from input output. 517 with NFT collections being 34.7%. Then they've got gaming 4.7%, DeFi 2.9%, wallets 4.7%, NFT marketplaces 4.7%, incubator or launchpad 2.3%, auditing and certification 1.6%, DEX 6.2%, and lending 2.3%. And it continues to scale, it continues to develop, and apparently the CoinMarketCap community bets that Cardano could trade 150 by March the 31st. Well, let's see if that is actually going to happen. I don't have a problem with that. I can tell you that definitely. I don't have a problem with that. So looking at the Cardano price currently at 80 cents, we are still in this descending channel. Until we break out of this descending channel, I don't think anything will change. Especially at the current price range where Cardano is in this lower range, between 80 and $1. This is basically all just the daily volatility. So if we take a look, we can identify here this descending wedge. We talked about it in the previous video, different ways of drawing it. I mean, I'm now on the 1-day chart, not using the wicks necessarily, but you can draw a descending wedge that is considered a bullish pattern, and we can assume that we might break out to the upside from here. But as always, we have to wait for a breakout. Everything else is just speculation. Now, the way I draw this descending wedge like that, and assuming we would break out to the upside from here, it would not allow the price to really go down into this yellow target area that I have on the chart between 30 and 55 cents. That is located between the 78.6% FIB level and the 88.7% FIB level, and that is the area in which many altcoins have already come into. Well, ADA did the same already, but the problem is that ADA, as it broke $1, we had to go to the higher level wave count, and the initial scenario was invalidated. and now we are heading further towards this target area. Again, it still doesn't mean that Cardano has to get there. It doesn't have to, because it already did its ABC correction. Yeah, it has done a lower low. From that point of view, it has fulfilled the minimum requirements for this correction. It doesn't need to come lower, but this would be an ideal level now, as we have broken below the 61.8% FIB level at 96 cents. It is only logical that you would expect the price to go to the next FIB level at 78.6%. At 54, 55 cents, yeah. But as I said, Cardano does not need to come lower. There are cryptos which have to come lower in order to complete their correction. Cardano doesn't have to, but it of course can. And in the channel in which Cardano still is, this is of course possible. But lately you can see how the price has shifted in this channel to the, let's call it the more bullish side of the channel, more to the upside. And that makes a breakout to the upside of that channel more likely. And in that channel, you are in this descending wedge. And we had a similar pattern here back in June, July 21. And I remember we talked about it back then, and we had then the breakout after that. And that is when this channel really took off. I remember weeks and weeks, nothing happened. And then suddenly when Cardano really broke out of this descending wedge, and we talked about it back then in July 21, that end of July, we expected that next all-time high to start, and it did. And that is when this channel took off really, and I had like 500 subscribers per day, which was ridiculous, which is even more than we get at the moment, which is wow. So it just shows you what will be possible also with this YouTube channel if Cardano starts to move up, right? And yeah, I can predict that we are going to new all-time highs here as well in terms of the subscribers on this channel, which is just fantastic. So again, thanks again for all your support anyway. So you know that you're a great community, and I appreciate all your comments anyway. But this is really what I'm looking at here, and we have to be patient at the moment, and that is also why we see the volume go down, we see the volatility go down, not only in ADA or at the ADA chart, no, across the board at the moment. Yes, there are always a few volatile cryptos, but Cardano is currently caught here in this apex of this descending wedge, and we are waiting here patiently for a breakout. And until that happens, we can't really say anymore. But as I said, the next wave up would take us to at least 450. That is what I expect, the next major wave up for Cardano. And if we draw it like that, this descending wedge, the breakout today to the upside would be at 87 cents, maybe even 86. Let's call it 86 cents. If we break above that, we should break that descending wedge to the upside. But at the moment, there is no sign that ADA wants to do it. I think it just wants to relax on a Sunday, but hopefully next week we take an attempt. Yeah, that's my view here on Cardano. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.